All right. I am Tyrell Datweather with Hill Productions here at Silver Star Saloon in Vancouver, Washington for tour stop number 2 of the Northwest Women's Pool Association 2025 tour. We got an upcoming match here between Laura Smith and Leah Hurst. The players are getting their cues set up, and we will be getting this match going in just a second here. We are playing 10 ball on 7-foot diamond tables. Uh, Using the general PCA, PL, CSI 10 ball rules. So jump cues, push out after the break, free foul rule. The one modification that the tour uses for 10 ball is that an illegal break is a re-rack and the opposing player breaks. And that continues until a legal break's been established. I talked about this in the previous match. They don't do that when they play 9 ball on the 9 foots, but they do use that modification on the 7 foots playing 10 ball just for keeping things moving. No, it's just historically when an illegal break and players try and go for the 3 foul on that really tight, barely scattered rack.
Oh, slow things way down.
If they don't get the 3 foul, then you just end up with basically a 10 ball rack that turns into one pocket.
Right.
And, just a really nasty rack. It's hard to open up, and yeah.
Well, that rule is designed to save all of us from that situation.
Yeah. So yeah, when especially on the small tables when everything's super tight, they do use the normal ball in hand on the illegal break when they play 9 ball on the 9-foot tables though.
Right.
So yeah, that's the one modification of the rule set there. So be aware it did come up in the previous match. Bonnie launched the cue ball off the table, I believe. All right, looks like the players are almost ready to go. Take a look at our tour schedule. We were at Babalu Billiards in Roseburg last month. As I mentioned, we are here in Vancouver, Washington at Silver Star for stop 2. In about 29 days, 28 days, we'll be heading to Phil's Bar and Grill in Salem. And then middle of July, shooting out to Boise, Idaho to the Pocket. I like that venue. That's a cool venue. You been there before, Jesse?
Oh yeah. So the Pocket, there's one in Twin Falls also.
Yep.
They're basically the same layout. There was a chain of pool halls in like the 70s. There's like 40 of those places scattered around the West. There's one open in Laramie, Wyoming.
Okay.
That still use that same floor plan. But anyway, long story short, great floor plan.
Yep.
Real fun place to hang out.
Yeah. So, let's see. The Rocket and Tony Chohan were there when we were there last year, so that was kind of neat.
Nice.
Tony got in the booth and called a couple racks for one of the streaming, matches really for a second. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he's good at chattering. He can talk.
Yeah, I think he was also impressed at the play of I'm trying to remember who was playing that match. It was one of the Canadians, and maybe Molina. I don't remember, but yeah, it was like I think it was Catherine Robertson opened up with a break and run on the very first match, and I was like, oh man, these girls can shoot. And I was like, well, it is a regional tour,
right?
So that was cool.
Yeah, it's the thing to do if you're a woman that loves pool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then August we'll be at Players Sports Bar in Kennewick, another venue that I love a lot. Vic and Tammy.
Cool. I want to check that one out.
Awesome room owners. Yeah, they're always super accommodating. And then taking September off, we'll be at Ox in October. That'll
Oh,
be a 9-foot table stop, so that'll be cool.
oh, that and Ox Billiards. That's
Yep.
gonna be a great stop too.
And then we will cap the tour off at Scratch Billiards in Fife in December. All right. Yeah, the players. So we've got a tablet out for the players to do their live scoring, which feeds into our score bug here on the screen. They were just asking because I don't think I've had either of these players on the stream before, so I probably should have asked her if she was Laura or Leah. We'll have to get that figured out here in a second.
Yeah. And the good
Um,
news is they're wearing different clothing,
yeah.
and as soon as one of them wins, we'll know which one is which.
Oh, there's also that.
Yeah. It'll
Uh,
have we'll basically have like the end of the rack name reveal.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. They are going to 5. Okay, so this is a
Red
B.
shirted lady has not won the leg.
This is a B-side match. I am.
All right, so one of them's going home.
So anybody that hasn't watched before, use the digital pool scoring. We've seen the overlays before, and before you ask me what those little numbers in the parentheses mean, that is the race.
Yeah.
Both players are going to 5 because there is no handicapping. It's just 6 on the front side, 5 on the B side. Oh, and double elimination up until the finals. The finals is just a single race to 9.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
a little bit of excitement there at the end.
Right.
I know there's debate about whether or not it should be a true double dip or this extended single race, but I think they're
Yeah,
all
well
good.
they definitely have a different psychological component to them, because if you won the hot seat and you lose the first match, that type of pressure is unique in its own way.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you're the winner of the B side, feel like you got nothing to lose.
All right. So I forgot I can go look who won the lag. So Laura won the lag.
Laura is in the spotted shirt. And what's the other
Leah?
layout?
Chat over here. Okay, so we got some people hopping in the chat.
Nice.
Start to pick up here. Angela Moreno saying, let's go, Laser Eyes. Pam Potton, time to go. Get her done, Laser Eyes. Okay, so one of these ladies has the nickname Laser Eyes.
That's a really fun name.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Greg?
Okay, so
Oh, yeah. I see Greg was trying to help us out there, but I solved it.
oh nice.
So yeah. Lay in the red.
She's gonna try and hold it for this two ball.
Okay.
So she's gotta hit this pretty gentle. Okay.
Picked a little different route. Gotta look at it.
But
Not really a pocket. I mean, you could try and reverse the bank towards that left side pocket.
yeah, it's an awfully thin cut. If
Yeah.
it does pass the 6, I don't expect she'll try it.
Just trying to skim off it, go into that cluster up there.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And block the pocket with that 6.
I feel like I need like one of those monitor, like what you'd have like on a camera monitor.
Oh, like blinders.
Yeah, around this thing because I keep trying to. Makes it hard for me.
Yeah.
Preview one.
Right. Yeah. The ceiling lights the way they are. I think you could grow vegetables in here, perhaps. All right, she going for the combo. She is. She's pretty close.
Yeah.
She's turned the table over with a really good shot on this too.
Yeah.
I'm not so certain that she's completely flat on this, but I think, yeah, I think she's got enough angle. She can drift up a little bit, stun towards the 3 to get close that distance.
Make sure she isn't going to the 6 ball. It looked like you can't tell how she cueing this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's stunned. It looked like she was cueing a little high to start.
She's done a real good job with that, so she might be a little concerned about the proximity of that 4 ball to the side ball after she's done with this 3, but I think she's got enough room. Yeah, she bounced out pretty far as it is, so
Well, my road dogs over there matched up first round today.
the road dogs.
Nicole and Jordan.
Oh, nice.
Hill.
Oh, right. Nice.
Yeah, Nicole, for anybody that doesn't know, Nicole Denise, one of the NWPA board members, does pretty much all of the graphic design for the tour.
She does a great job.
Yeah, it provides me with the logos and the title cards for the stream and whatnot. So really appreciate all the extra work that she puts in.
Yeah. I really like the way she uses typography.
Yeah. Jordan, my partner in crime. But yeah, I was saying Road Dogs, we generally carpool and Airbnb together at all the stops. So it's just funny that they matched up first round in the bracket.
Yeah, has that happened before?
I don't think they have.
Well, yeah,
I think they've played each other a few times, but never like right off the bat. Where it's
Right.
like,
right.
all right.
Yeah,
So,
I've had that happen before. Travel to a tournament with somebody, and you're like, "What? We have to play each other first round?
Yeah.
What are the odds on that?"
Yeah.
But it happens.
all right. So it looks like Leah is laser eyes.
Oh, boom! She got around the 7. She gonna get far enough for short side? She is.
Wow, what a shot!
Wow. Right. I think she may have to cut this 5 a little bit. So the cue ball's going at the 8. So let's see how she deals with this. She did a great job. I mean, that 8's in kind of an interesting spot.
Yeah.
Because she's got to get from the 7 to that 8. But right now, she's got to go from the 6 to that 7. And she's got enough angle to get back to center table. And that's not too bad. And she got a 2 to 3 rail position to shoot the 8 into the side past the 9. I think that's a good option for her here.
Yeah,
she's looking at
it.
She
Looked at it.
She's going to be hitting this with some high outside. Doubling the top corner, coming back down here at the lower right part of the table. How'd she do? Good enough.
And she's giving it that arm sweep motion.
Right.
Get out, get off that rail, get a little bit further down. But
yeah. I think as a pool player, every one of us is guilty of trying to use the force to control a ball sometimes.
I mean, the concern is where the 9 is. If she didn't play it off the 9, she underhit it a little bit.
She certainly did. Didn't even scare the 9.
No.
Yeah, but you're right. You know, had she played it off the 9 being on the point right there, it's very unpredictable where it's going to end up.
Well, but the concern was because she was a little bit on the wrong side of the 8.
Mm-hmm.
If she managed to make that ball go in clean without nudging the 9, she wasn't going to have a shot on the 9. Was my concern.
Right. Absolutely.
I think that was one of the reasons she was making that sweeping motion. She wanted
to she knew
that right line.
Getting on that line is important.
Good job there to manage it. Not do too much. A little on the rail, but the 9 looks like it just
Yep. Just don't follow it in, and I think you're doing real well. Very
right.
nice. And that brings us to the ending of game number 1.
Well, if you don't already, go out and follow NWPA. They got an Instagram page, Facebook page. They got a YouTube channel as well. And you can also go to playnwpa.com to learn more and register for any of the upcoming tour stops.
Yeah, if you basically if you're a female that enjoys pool in the Pacific Northwest or Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, anywhere in the region, there's tournaments you can go to, and it's the most competitive pool you can play as an amateur female player.
Yeah. Well, and one of those things that like might be a little confusing to, but is that this isn't just limited to players in this region.
Oh, well, that's really good clarification,
Anybody can come play.
right?
It's just like kind of the goal is to elevate pool in the
In the
Northwest
region,
in the
right?
region.
Okay,
So yeah, if Allison
nice.
Fisher wanted to come play, they'd let her sign up, no problem.
Right, right. Okay, so every tournament is pretty much just an open.
Yes.
Awesome. No league affiliations
Nope.
or anything
Nope.
necessary.
No requirements. Well, there
You gotta
is.
you have to have a Fargo
Nope.
robustness.
Nope. None of that. You
Well, yeah, 'cause
do.
every race is not handicapped.
Nope. No handicap. Straight up.
Straight
What I
up.
was gonna say. Let's see. What am I trying to say? Oh, there is a membership, so you have to become. You can play 2 stops as a non-member,
Right.
and then you have to become a member.
That's pretty typical for tours.
Yeah.
You know, that was the same way in Arizona, whatever.
Yeah, so you can come try it out for a couple stops. With that said, as a tour member, you get priority registration, which means you can sign up for any of the stops day 1. As a non-member, the stops don't open for signups until 3 weeks before the stop, I think.
Oh, okay.
So members, so say, if it fills up before that non-member window, you know,
Yeah. And what's a membership fee?
uh, I don't have my script because Nicole didn't print me one.
Well,
I believe it's $25 for the year.
that is so incredibly cheap for that
Yeah,
exclusivity on rights to be in an event, you know?
you know,
Jeez.
I
What a
think,
good
but
deal.
I'm gonna go look it up. Why?
Yeah, I was like thinking, oh, I bet it's like $200 or something like that.
No, like that's very
I don't-
economical.
Yeah, that's so economical. Yeah. I mean, this is such an awesome thing for women that love to play pool. I'm blown away by how cool it is. All
All
right.
right.
There's a nice shot in there, but rolled a little short on this 2 ball. So the cut in the topside pocket is going to have to manufacture some stuff here. So she might draw this ball and try and miss the 10, or she might go for the bank. Okay, it looks like she's pointed to that topside pocket. So,
I was way off. It's 55.
oh my God, that's still incredible.
But
Okay,
that gets you $10 off the entry fee for each event. Each event's 55 bucks or 65 if you're a non-member.
right.
And also you have to be a member to accrue points to be in the standings. So
Oh, that matters because at the end of the year, there's like different awards for those standings throughout tour, right?
Yep.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's a tour. It's a great one. So to pay $55 to have like the exclusive sign up situation to play in these great events, that's a great deal. Cool. Nice work for everybody who's put this together. And let's see what she's got going on here. She's gonna slice this 3 across table from the far end. She may actually benefit from that 5 ball being in front of that corner pocket because her cue ball can, run into it and it can
Yeah.
hold the ball there somewhat, which would give her a shot on that 4 in that top side pocket. Some good things that can happen here. So let's see how adventurous she's feeling. Yeah, she's calling it. I like it.
Give a look here from the bottom of the table.
She said, put it on red. Let's do it. Let's see if that 5 ball holds her ball. Does somewhat. Does she still have a shot on the 4?
I don't think
She
so.
rolled a little too far.
It looks like she's kicking out of the short rail.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. She doesn't have to deal with the 8 this way.
No.
And look how well she did with it. She hit it.
She gonna get on? Oh no. Yeah. Thought maybe it might go a little wide, stick on the 5, but
Yeah, well, looks like she's going to have a shot on this into the side pocket. It's at that kind of angle, like draw it back a bit to shoot that 5 in the upper right corner? Or do you just kind of roll forward? Let's see what she's comfortable with.
I think I'm draw stunning across. Or yeah, what
She drew it back, which, I like that shot. Yeah, cutting into the side pocket. Always test her of the accuracy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the side pocket.
Yeah, it's great to have a pocket in the middle of the table, right? Did you ever see that match? Like, Earl was running his mouth about I'll play better on a table with no side pockets.
Yeah.
And he and Darren Appleton played that. It was just like, this was totally a bad idea.
Yeah. No, I remember that one.
I mean, I'm glad they tried it, but uh, yeah, you really realize how weird that is about the side pockets. I have seen a table with only 2 pockets for one pocket.
Oh.
Yeah, but that totally changes the end game strategy.
Yeah.
Right, so now she's got a shot on this 4 ball to get on the 5. And she's behind the 6, I believe.
That would make it interesting though, being able to truly like corner, play a ball tight in the corner.
Yeah.
Without, pocket swallowing it.
Yeah, I'm real curious if there's like a rule that has to be implemented or something like that. Otherwise, it's like why they came up with balk line and 3 cushion because
Right.
people just do that. Okay. I think he's trying the 2 rail, double this bottom right corner and come out to hit that 5. Ooh, just a little wide.
All right, lower ball in hand here. 5 upper right, stop shot, 6 on the side.
Yeah, I'm thinking really the angle you have on the 6 is important because you don't want to have to swing around the table on this 8. Because if you can keep the cue ball on this when you shoot the 7 on the top of the table, then it's much easier to get on the 10. So right here, you just don't want to roll too far. It's coming off the 7, you want to stay above the 10.
Right.
Relatively close here. Let's see. We have to put some inside spin on this to hold above the 10. I mean, it's not the end of the world if she swings around the 10. Just that going from the 8 to the 10 is much easier if you stay on this left side of the 10. Up.
Or you can just bump it out of the way. So,
Yeah. It's
although,
further from a pocket now. That makes it a little tougher.
yeah, well,
Should just follow it forward here and get shape on it the side. So
yeah,
not like it's too tricky, but
no.
things to talk about, things to think about. She can also go outside and widen it up for shot on the other side. Or take it up in this lower right corner. And that's one of the benefits of the 10 being kind of in the middle of the table is
A lot of options.
Yeah.
Unless you land right on it. Which that's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
You're like one ball on the table. How did I stick the cue ball to it?
Right. Oh, she got it.
Nothing but
got it.
net.
Yeah, I was looking at her and it was like, oh, she's whoosh. It's kind of tense, and the way she hit it was tense. But what she did do that didn't allow that tension to really mess with her shot making is she just had a real short little backstroke.
Yeah, it seems like she's playing through the nerves pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, quick shout out to Littman Lights, our official 2025 tour sponsor. Changing the way you see pool. One of the best lights in the business.
It's so true. Do you remember what pool table lights were before Littman
Oh my goodness.
popularized having such even, nice light on the table?
Right.
And they're great because there's no glare. You can be like, we're sitting under lights and you can't see the light coming out of the table.
No.
It's just, or out of the light. It's just
No.
all on the table where you want it.
Yeah, the use of the diffuser to like,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know how many places I've been where you look up into a light and then you're blinded for like, 5 minutes seeing spots.
Yeah. Lighting matters.
Come on,
Never better than Littman.
But yeah, speaking of, Littman, our official 2025 tour sponsor, but didn't get to finish the slides there before the players were ready to go. Shout out to Rose City Billiards, BCAPL league operating out of the Portland Gresham metro area. And
do you know how many days a week they have leagues?
I don't.
Okay.
I believe Raquel is here. I should ask her.
Well, so
Is Sue here too?
Sue is here. Sue Ledger is here.
Yeah.
She would know because I know it's more than one night a week.
So Raquel,
multiple locations.
Yeah, Raquel Menares and Sue Ledger, the league operators for Rose City. And yeah, then a thank you to Diamond Mine Northwest, John Scudder, our
fortunate.
premier diamond table distributor here in the Portland, Vancouver area. He does cater to, a broader area than just that. So if you're looking for a table, check out the website or his numbers on the title card next time those swing by.
Yeah, even if you're like, you want a table, but you're not sure if you could do it or not, give him a call because he's got options, I'm sure.
Yep.
He can coach you through the process of ending up with a table. So,
Yep.
One diamond table, that's what you go through.
Yeah, and finally, thank you to Silver Star Saloon here in Vancouver, our host of venue and stop sponsor.
Yep.
We really appreciate them having us. And
well, they've also really done a lot to understand what pool players like because, not everybody that runs a place with pool tables knows what the finer details of pool, but been really receptive to listening and making changes, and now it's just a great place to play.
Yeah, the first time I was in here, it was before the expansion. I don't remember how many tables were in here,
I
prior to
believe
that?
there was 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah, I think they added 8 plus 2 9-foot
Yeah.
diamonds.
Well, yeah, and they just switched. What were the tables before?
They were a kind of like a, I don't know, it was like a consumer or a home 9-foot that was
Okay.
trying to look like a commercial grade, and it was just like, no, you got to get diamond tables.
Yeah.
So they did.
Yeah. I mean, John Scudder. That's where
Yeah.
those 9 foots came from. But yeah, so they're up to 27 foots. It's quite the venue. Like I'm just, there's 2 rows of 7 foots, like from this side of the building to the other end, and it's quite a sight.
Yeah, and the cool thing is they're all perfectly aligned, so you can use the table next to you to kind of help you judge bank shots.
Yeah.
It's a little trick when tables are perfectly aligned.
Yeah, that was always a fun trick when you only hung out at one pool hall. It's like, well, I'm only playing this table because I figured out the points on the wall over there.
Right,
What I
right.
use to like
Back to this match. Got a tricky shot to make this 2 and get on the 3. But let's see how it does with this draw stroke here.
that's tough.
Enough to go on the side, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
But it was an adventurous shot.
it's tough because it's
So
you
don't
know
blame her for taking it.
it's real easy to get a stun action instead of a snappy drawback, and that ball
Well,
looked like
not only
it's
that, it's like you got to get really comfortable with like the lowest part of the cue ball you can hit,
right.
so that you can hit that shot as slow as you possibly can and still get the action you need. Which is a tricky thing to do, but if you want to understand that shot, look up Jasmine Ocean's videos. She has great instructionals. One of them is on stop shots, and I learned something from that, so I recommend that.
I like her videos.
Yeah, yeah, it's phenomenal. She's like, no, a stop shot is like a failed draw shot, and you want to hit it as slowly as you possibly can while still getting it to stop. So, yeah, it's a special kind of stroke. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, she might be shooting this 3 at the side and leaving the cue ball behind the 8. Does this look like she's going to safety town?
I'm trying to decide.
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
tried to put it behind the 10 though. Okay.
Okay, well,
And I
the
think
8 decided to get in the game. It may have helped her out. It
yeah,
sure did.
yeah, I
Didn't it?
think the eight was the consolation prize there.
Yeah. Got a fortunate little safety roll here. And Laser Eyes is back at the table. Let's see how she does with this kick. I'm curious to see the speed at which she kicks it. Okay. I mean,
You're giving away a shot, but at least you didn't give away ball in hand.
right.
So your opponent still has to navigate this.
Yeah, Laura still has to draw this back for a look at that 4. Because I know she'd rather not shoot the 4 from where the cue ball is now to try and get on the 5. It'd be a little beneficial if she could get closer to the 4, put on her extension. We should decide to go high inside rather than draw it. Don't. We may not have held it enough.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. 9's 9 is a big old blocker here.
Yeah, and this is going to be a lot tougher to hit than Laser Eyes kick at that 3 ball, just because the 4 is further from the rail. This makes it a much smaller ball to hit.
Yeah, it looks like if you go to the short rail, you got to put some inside on it.
Yeah.
And inside's a lot harder to judge than outside when you're playing into a rail.
Well, absolutely, because that comes down to a lot of conditions that are variable, like the cleanliness of the rails, the age of the cloth, and humidity. Okay, she's done a
Needs a
great
rail.
job.
There it is.
And I think Laser Eyes can cut this in.
Yeah, it looks like it's just in that inside the realm of being cuttable.
Yeah. She can slice this in and send her cue ball around to get a shot. I think she's got to open it up just a hair.
Just be careful not to hit it too thick. You could scratch that way. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was the thing. She had to open it up to get past that 8.
Did she get you? Did. Oh, you were up one time.
I did. Okay, so this is tricky yet cuttable shot.
All right, we are gonna see a jump cue. I was wondering if
Oh,
either of these ladies are jumpers.
I
Like
thought the 9 ball was the cue ball. Silly me. Yeah, I see how well she gets over the 8. Fortunately, she's got enough distance for the takeoff. Runway is decent size and the landing. Okay.
yeah, she got over the 8. Her
Yeah,
aim
her-
was just a little off. She caught that 6, huh?
Good verticality. The aim was just a hair off. Jump shots are. It's like you have too big of a backstroke and a jump stroke, and because your arm is like that, your tip is going to curve a little bit as it's traveling towards the cue ball. So have a short distance that you hit it. Because when it curves, I swear it seems like it almost masses in the air
Yeah.
sometimes, but it'll cause you to miss your jump shots. I mean, I know it doesn't curve in the air. It's not a baseball with like the Magnus effect, and
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah,
all
what
that happening. But yeah, it lands and it's got side spin on it and it squirts away. So even its short backstroke on those jump shots really will help you get a little bit more accurate with cue ball's going to do. She's followed through.
think she got there.
She did, and she's got a real good opportunity to just follow this and have a good look at that 7, right?
On the rail. One
Yeah.
of the things they talk about the most is trying not to leave yourself on the rail. But sometimes you just
Yeah, what's going in her favor now is she does have to hit top of the ball. So rail shots do that in abundance. All right, there we go. She did a
oh,
good job of getting a nice angle.
just
That's
oh,
7. Yeah, 7's got to go down.
she overcut it a little bit. Caught that long rail a little bit on the way in.
Yeah. Eight ball's far from a rail, so you got to be a little bit more precise about what angle you get on it. So she went rail first. That was a real smart
Looks like
move.
she's gonna slide right between there and
Yeah,
have a
that was
nice
real smart move.
nice shot to the side. I like that.
Yeah, going rail first like that really gave her a huge margin of error.
Yeah.
Tap. And she's got the 9.
Always the one angle where it's hard to tell which side the cue ball is playing to. Maybe she's nearly dead
Oh,
straight.
but yeah, she hit
Yeah.
it. That was really good speed.
Yeah.
She knew what she needed to do, and she did a great job with
Yeah,
that.
she knew the
Mhm.
didn't want to hit too hard because the cue ball was kind of playing towards the 10 ball.
Was just a bit, and she did great with that. Gotta take her time here. Put you on the board, laser eyes.
Well, she's gonna have to shake that one off and wait for her next opportunity at the table to just reset, you know.
Yeah, well, she got down on the shot, got halfway back up, and then back down.
Yeah.
Um, I think a lot of times aiming is kind of done before you even get down on the shot. You got to walk into the line. And if you get good at that, then you don't have to worry once you're down on it. So it's gonna get up, get all the way up. Stop it now. Ooh, all right.
Little punchy. Just still have that short stroke though, like you were talking about. Now Chad Raswick in the other stream chat. What's up, Chad?
Oh, nice.
Thanks for tuning in. Chad, a strong Northwest player.
Oh, very strong. Yeah.
I think he recently also, like Nicole, is a Bad Boys sponsored player now.
Ooh.
Which I think, yeah. Congratulations to both them.
Absolutely. All right, let's see how Laser Eyes hits this break shot. Closed bridge from the rail. So
2 balls in the side, 8 ball in the upper right corner, 1 ball glued to the cue ball.
So when she breaks, she's got her bridge hand, closed bridge atop the rail. So when she hits the ball, hitting down on it, that's giving her that nice pop. So I can see why she does it. This particular shot, what do you do? Do you thin it, shooting it into the rail and try and get underneath the 10 ball?
I wonder if you could thin it and go past the 6, maybe try and 2, 3 rails underneath the 5 and the 3, maybe? I don't know. Like,
Well, she might be just trying to play the 1 down. Oh, she's calling inside. All right. She might get lucky. This might end up on the short rail for her. The key question is, where's the cue ball going? Because she's hitting this ball thin, so it's going somewhere. It's doing some traveling.
yeah, I think you could play safe trying to play the 2 rail that turns into 3 underneath the 5.
Oh, did she not even hit it?
I don't think she hit it.
Oh. I liked what could have happened there. Like she didn't hit it, so she was trying to thin it. And I think, yeah, that if she had, it would have stretched it out. She could have got under the 10 ball for a nice save.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, she's saying or she
Maybe
touched it.
maybe it didn't.
Okay.
Maybe it did nick it.
Yeah. Well,
Hard to see from this, you know.
left her some great distance. Key here is where's the 1 ball going to go after it hits the 2 ball.
Yeah, it's always fun trying to manage
Right.
the combo.
Yep. Oh, that's going to turn out
I
fine.
think it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, you either have to plan for it to do what it just did or try and hold it near the pocket. She did great.
Needs to maybe just a little bit of
A touch of
inside, yeah,
yeah.
just to try and nudge around the 6 ball or miss it entirely. So that 3 is open into this lower left.
Yep.
She played with some speed to nudge that 6 out of the way.
Mhm.
Sometimes shots like that, you become more interested in the outcome and forget to pocket the,
Oh,
forget your aim.
So yeah, she'll have a look at this three no matter how hard she hits it. If she's trying to cut this ball up into the upper right. However, it's kind of sitting in a way where it also wouldn't blame her for taking on the pain. She's going for the cut. Don't put so much outside on it. You scratch in his bottom side pocket.
She might catch it.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought she was gonna get the
That would have been amazing.
double back
A
and
real pretty flute.
We played like our first. Oh, yeah. Our first 4 weeks.
yeah, she's on that rail again.
Yeah.
It'd be a little touchy because she's going into the 5 ball, which is her next ball. And all she can do is play top. Yeah, I think there was a combination of difficulties there.
Let's see here. She's gonna cut this in.
Go around the 10 ball. And
She's gotta go
does
to
that?
the right and then back to the left.
Yeah.
See, she's gonna draw it.
It looks like maybe
she might be feeling a little scratchy if she goes under the.
is she banking it?
Or she might be playing it safe.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice two-way shot, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I do too. She's gonna be just disgusted if there's a window between the 5 and the 6, though.
Yeah, Laura's taking a quick look. Oh, there's a little bit.
I think there's enough of a window. She might have an edge 3.
I don't think she can make it.
Right.
But
oh, this is nice and silly. What's gonna happen here?
I had from an actual look at the table where I could see for a second. Oh, she called it. Maybe she can swerve into it a little bit, swerve around that 6. And
oh, she might have the whole ball.
I don't think she does. I'm sitting directly behind it.
Okay,
Yeah, she's gonna try and swerve around the 6.
Little twist.
Yeah.
Just don't hit the 5.
Yeah.
Oh, or the 6. Well,
Yeah, it's tricky.
yeah, it is. It is. You can totally understand how that happens, but also, I assign no fault for her trying that.
Yeah.
Because that was the shot to try it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's one, it's tough, and 2, it's a little bit more of a finesse shot. She
Yep.
got kind of a punch on it.
Yep, I agree. Let's see here. Just tap it in. Tap it in. Nice. Good stop shot here, and just roll a little bit on the 6. Just got a pretty good connect the dots situation happening here.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, wants to roll forward a little bit. Don't need much.
Oh, look how well she did it. Yeah.
Oof.
Dribbled
Little-
in, but
yeah.
that's what counts. Yeah.
Well-
So you roll forward too far, and then you have to fire this shot in a
Yeah.
little bit more to bounce off the right-hand side rail for shape on the 10. So I think she's right at that. That's about as far as she wanted to roll.
Yeah, it was perfect
Nice.
because your angle on that 7 isn't so steep that you can miss it,
Exactly.
but it's not so shallow that you have to play short side on the 10.
Yep, we're seeing how Laser Eyes. She's probably getting a little bit more comfortable.
Yep.
shooting great.
Good
Was a
finish.
real good out.
Gets
She
her
played
stuff.
every ball she played that out was flawless.
Well, yeah, it's a good, you know,
Mhm.
see that she settled herself after mess on the 10 ball.
Yeah,
Came
well,
back, is like, nah, I'm not doing that again. And she gets herself on the board.
well, being down 3-0 in a race to 5, and has a ability to fire you up,
Well, and you're kind of at that point where you don't want to give up any more games because you don't want your opponent on the hill.
Right.
When you're down, you're like, okay, I'm going to get back in this game. So, yeah,
Yeah. Everybody likes that story.
no.
Because, yeah, that's why, race to 5, race to 6, race to 7, it's longer than your typical races you're going to find in like a weekly or monthly tournament or something like that,
Right.
So, you have a chance to change the momentum. So you can never give up, whereas some nights, to a tournament, I'm like, down if it's a weekly. It's like, well, start thinking about, well, if it doesn't go my way, what could I be up to?
Yeah.
Well, you don't do that here. You're like,
Yeah.
no, you're focused. It's high level competition.
But, you've got, if you don't start out on top of it, you've got a couple racks to kind of get into gear, which, like in a race to 3 at a weekly, it's like, if you don't come out firing against somebody who's already firing, you're in trouble pretty quick.
Right. It's anybody's tournament.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the shorter ones, but the competition's still worth it. Okay, let's see. She got perhaps I think that one might pass the 7. It's thin, and cue ball's running into the 3, so that could be problematic.
Well,
But it could also be beneficial.
pocket's a little tight, so she's got to play the 7, I think.
Oh, that's an idea.
And then the 1's going into the 3, so you got to manage that.
It's a nice idea. She did your shot. Well, just a hair far. Maybe
Yeah, well,
she can cut it in, but at distance, it's tricky, right?
I think the problem was because the 1 was going to 3, she tried to play it with some speed, hoping it would nudge the 3 out of the way. And instead,
it did what it did.
I mean, it's tough. That's one of those ones where you're trying to predict what happens, and it's you're kind of just hoping for a little bit of luck.
Right. Yeah, like if you really want to understand how those balls work like that, play backwards pool, where you shoot the object ball into the cue ball, and then the object ball goes in the pocket. And your goal is to make the object ball but keep the cue ball on the table. Start to really learn how the cue ball is going to then, because you're trying to scratch on purpose.
Yeah.
But that gives a really intuitive understanding of how they start to react after a while.
All right, good layup here. Looks like she can kick one rail, maybe line up a little short with a little bit of a.
Oh yeah, kick in between the 9-10.
Well, I was thinking.
You just hit it a little wider. You don't want to scratch off of it.
Well, I was thinking playing out of the foot rail here. You line up a little bit short and put some right English on it to like
widen
it out past the 5.
Yeah, I like that. I like that better. Because you hit it, you're not going to scratch. Whereas if you try and kick at it short side. Oof, so close. Wait, maybe on the second time.
Yeah. Either a little bit more spin or just a little
slower.
Aim a little slower, or aim a little bit more to the left there on that bottom rail. She missed the 5 by plenty. But I do think naturally the 5 was probably in the way without spinning the ball.
Oh yeah, I agree.
It's awfully close to this. She's gonna follow forward a little bit. That makes me a little uncomfortable.
I think she did a good job. That the issue is with putting cue ball that close to the object ball, you can push the ball.
Yeah.
Double hit it.
I mean, I think looking over at the table, it wasn't as close as it looks on the screen because the camera compresses it a little bit, but still a little bit closer than I probably would have put it.
Well, giving herself an excellent opportunity to play a game of hide and seek.
Yeah, this is kind of a, you
Got
know,
it to her right with some high outside. She can hide the cue ball here at the bottom corner of the table.
I mean, you kind of got a free bank at the upper right.
Shoot.
Because if you play the bank, you're coming
Ooh.
lower.
Got a hand flip.
Yeah, I think she sold that out.
I think she was trying to play the safe and it just didn't widen out as much as she wanted.
Yeah, that's why I like trying to play the, yeah, I don't know.
And
A
she
little
hit that really
heavy.
well. Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna slow up. Thought maybe she might overroll that, but she's fine. Just fine.
Yeah, she can hold it for the 5. And yeah, she'd really like to get the angle where perhaps she could just stop on the 6 in the side.
Change the angle there. I think somebody bumped the light on 18.
Oh, they sure did. Oh, he just put the name. No, name tags have been up there.
So,
She just thought those were cameras.
I know. It's that's funny how often that
Oh,
happens.
look at that.
Oh, that was
She widened it out a lot to go up that
Yeah.
way. She didn't like the shot
Yeah.
into
yeah.
the side or trying to get shape for it. So
Nancy shot. She's gonna have to come up with another one though, because she's on the wrong side of the 6.
yep, she sure is.
And try and play 2 rails underneath this 8 ball.
See what she does. She might be just going
Or you just go back
spinning
and
across
forth.
and forth. Yeah.
See, I don't like that because you can scratch.
Well, your speed has to be really excellent
Yeah.
so you can get on that
It's-
rail.
See, that's why I like going 2 rails because you could kind of almost roll it.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. For sure.
I mean, granted that 8's on the rail, so you still got to cut it past the side, but I think you give yourself a
Yeah. But
decent opportunity if you can get.
Laser Eye's got a fortunate roll there because Laura is now trying to complicate or contemplate her response. So she's going to 2 rail it. No, she's going 1 rail perhaps. Trying to hit that 6. From this angle,
Looks
it's
a
a smaller,
little-
smaller ball from this angle.
Yeah.
Oh, it just barely missed it.
All right. Well, still got to contend with that 8 ball frozen to the rail there. I'm pretty sure it's frozen.
Right. All right. Curious to see where Laser Eyes puts the cue ball. Okay, I like that. Give yourself a little bit more angle so you can bounce off that top long rail. Come down over here to the right side of the 8. Oh, she did great. She did real great. Tricky thing about this is getting back to the 9. So it's always going to be the tricky thing.
Oh.
Oof. Yeah, she went for it.
Yeah.
She was trying to put some boogers on that to come back for the 9. Just rattled that pocket. You know, Laura's got cut shot, but she's got some good angle. So just gotta get above, draw back, stay above the 10, but don't scratch in the pocket she's leaning over. Okay.
A little bit of a misfire there.
Seems like it. The Laser Eyes has a good chance at cutting this in, but decide which side of that 9 you're going for.
Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah, and if you're going for the right side, speed is all critical. Smaller target zone, but
I mean,
less movement.
I feel like she's got to try and draw to the left side.
Oof. I think she did, and she just underdrew it by a hair.
I
Yeah,
feel like
bigger target zone on
I
the left side.
Yeah, I feel like she dragged it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, didn't commit to actually trying to like. It's a touchy situation there.
Mm. Well, that 10's right in the middle of the table, so it has all sorts of options. But realistically, those top 4 pockets are the most in play. See how she tried. Well, you got to pick one of them.
Yeah, so the one thing to note here, she's fairly close to the rail, so she's kind of got to play top, which,
A little bit of angle. She's trying to dig into it with some outside, it looks like.
yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like you gotta put a little outside on this because you want to make sure you don't catch it too thin and scratch in the lower right.
Well, if you end up going back and forth,
Dude,
ooh, you should put outside on that, and it's still.
I don't think she really got the outside that she intended to, because that's what I was saying. If you catch
Well,
it
it's kind
too
of a
thin,
misfire like your last shot too.
well, yeah, but my point was, if you catch it too thin, you're drifting, and she is very fortunate that that cue ball is still. Well, and did she corner hook her?
Is this a perfect 3-rail attempt here?
Yeah. She's trying to masse around the point, or is she trying to? Yeah.
Curve it a little bit. Oh, and she got it.
Wow. What a great shot.
Yeah. Did a little kind of a bouncy kiss thing to kind of
Yeah.
hold the cue ball there.
So it must not have been as much in that corner as I thought.
She's still at the table.
Yeah.
All right, Laser Eyes.
Well, now here's the money shot.
Laser them eyes. Laser eyes.
There we go. All right.
Nice. Laser eyes.
Staying
2.
alive. Staying alive. That would have been a big swing if Laura had managed to get on the hill there.
Right. Those are. Yeah.
It would.
2-3 is
You
so
know.
wildly different than 1-4.
Yeah.
I mean, by wildly, I mean exactly 2 games.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're only down by one.
psychologically, it's gigantic.
I mean, you're only down by 1 game now instead of being down by 3.
Yep. Oh yeah. That was great. Great shot when you needed to make a great shot.
Well, if you can, be sure to check out our sponsors. We appreciate all that they do for us at all of our stops. This tour wouldn't be possible without community support. NWPA is a nonprofit, so we really, really rely on that to put the tour on each year. Well, go check out our sponsors, show them some love. Well, you haven't heard of any of them before, let them know that you heard about them watching the stream.
Yeah, you need a pool table light. You need a Lipton light.
You need a pool table, Northwest Diamond Mine,
Yep. You want to play in a league.
Rose City Billiards.
You want to look good in some awesome apparel. Cool apparel that's comfortable, fits you really well, has awesome graphics. Jam up.
You want to go to a cool place and play some pool on some diamond tables? Silver Star Saloon. Especially if you're in the Vancouver, Washington, or Portland area.
Yeah, it's become picked up a lot of the slack or a lot of the need for pool after Legends closed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually it took me it's like a 20-minute drive for me from Portland, from where I am in southeast Portland.
Yeah, not too far from the highway at all. All right, so we're looking at a tricky shot here. See, maybe got the whole ball right.
Sure kind of looks like it.
Yeah. Even if you got a thin cut, it'll work.
Oh no, she got the 6 ball on the way in.
Perhaps is being too optimistic about that.
So we got our assistant ref getting the rack off the table for the players. We got some players trying to ask us questions that we know nothing about.
Right. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out exactly where she's going to leave. I think she's going to try and play it in the 3 ball on the side. Oh, those laser eyes see the shot. All right, all right, all right. Oh. Okay, if she's going to play it in the side, she's got some traveling to do to get back up on the 4.
Yeah, that 4 is just slightly above the side.
Yeah, and it's an off angle to play it off the 4. So she's got to get below this 9.
Can she bounce off something and then have a shot at that 4 in the upper left, maybe?
Play some bumper cars with the 9
Yeah.
ball.
As much as I usually
Yep.
don't recommend
Oh, that works.
running into balls.
I mean, if you're trying to leave your opponent with a real difficult kick.
Maybe she missed it deliberately. Played safe there. Either way, it's worked out very well. Laura gonna have to kick at this. Looks like the line is there.
Leah's got a lot of people supporting her in the chat. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you gotta trick yourself into playing a little long.
Yeah.
Because it's easy. I feel like most people generally kick short.
Yeah.
And if you kick short, you're probably in the drain.
She's got to stiffen this up.
If you're looking at 2-railing it now, maybe? I don't mind
I
that.
don't- yeah, I don't either.
I like the 2-rail.
I do, because you can accidentally go 3 behind it. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do that,
I feel like there's good outcomes, like good safety outcomes if you don't make it,
yeah.
either on the 2 or, like you said, coming in behind it.
Yeah, I might even plan on going a little wide just to do that from behind it. Some things that can happen there.
I feel like she might be lined up a little short, though.
You're right. Al. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, although the transition from the 3 and the 4 might be a little bit more clear cut, what is not clear cut is now the 8 ball is down there by that 10. So we've introduced some more chaos into this rack.
Yeah.
So should we just stop it a little bit? No, she's
Oh,
gonna fire at it and
wow.
open it up.
What
How
a good
strong is
shot.
that?
Going for it. Just getting in
Laser
there.
eyes. All right. Gotta sink this one. Just to hit it hard enough to keep your cue ball from sticking to the rail.
So, the one thing I will say, she probably would have rather
Ooh.
that she had moved the 8 ball. Because look at where that 7 ball is.
Right.
Transition from that to the 8's going to be
Ooh, yeah.
funky.
that-
Is it that 7's deep in the pocket?
It is. Right.
And the one thing that I've noticed doing a lot of the streaming is players lack of practice of shooting balls deep in the pocket and not, and I feel like a lot of times players get.
Oh, look at that. That looked like it went in and came out. Just a little invisible demon said, no, not today.
Yeah, there was one in
Wow.
the last rack like that too, where I felt like it didn't get hit that bad and it kind of thumped.
Yeah, you really start to realize like the difference between new cloth and older cloth. Yeah, once it's been like properly broken in, yeah, it'll spit balls out. You
Yeah.
know, that's what makes diamond tables challenge you. You gotta shoot accurately.
Yep.
They're not gonna swallow a ball up that otherwise a valley table would have.
She's gonna lay up here. Try and send this 4 to the bottom rail, I suspect. Maybe between the 5 and the 6.
Very nice.
And
Five is a
yeah, okay,
blocker.
put the Q on the top. Yeah, that worked out. I mean, I think maybe there's an edge, but
It's really thin.
yeah, and the Q is
It's
stuck.
so thin. I think I'd rather try and hit next to the 6 on this bottom short rail to kick at it one rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so thin.
And she's on that head rail.
Yeah, I think if you try and hit the edge of the 6, your cue ball runs, or the 4, your cue ball hits the 8 ball down here on the short rail, and you could kick it into the 7, perhaps. Oh,
Ooh,
missed
she
it.
tried to thin it. Ooh, just maybe try and send it over to the 6 ball. Well, rewarding safety play for Leah there.
Up. Nice. Wide open spread for laser eyes here, but like you said, that transition from the 7 to the 8 is going to be the real test.
Looks like she's gonna roll forward off the 4 ball. Needs to make sure angle keeps her below the 5 because she wants
Yeah.
angle to go stay above the 6.
Yeah, she can roll forward on the 5 to get to the 6.
Yeah.
All right. Just a little bit more of an angle than she wanted.
Yeah, it's a little steep, but she should be all right.
Yeah, like she didn't give herself enough of a cut on that previous ball to get in the zone she wanted, but she's doing just fine.
Yeah. Well, she hit that with good speed because like the one thing, you don't want to be right on the 10 ball, and that ball was tracking towards it.
Right.
Well, you need to make sure that you stay in this wedge between the 10 and the rail so you have a look at the 7. Oh, she's going
Oh,
above
look
the
at
10.
that. That was real nice. Put
Well,
a stroke on that.
She's in the wedge. Well, and she's really close to the 7 ball, so this makes things a lot
Oh, just
easier.
like some low outside.
I mean, it depends on how deep it is in the pocket.
I think she just goes some low outside. Oh, no, don't do
Oh.
inside. Don't do inside.
Hmm.
Yeah, it killed it.
Yeah.
She needed outside, but it was in long. Yeah, then it
Yeah.
would do a Z shape and come down here for the 8. So
You want a secret about those balls that are deep in the pocket like that?
what's the secret?
If you just aim at that point,
Uh-huh.
just roll at the point. The point will kick you straight back down and the ball will go in. Oh, wow. I
Jeez.
don't know if she called that, but that would
Right. From that angle. Oh man, we had a bank ring game and Joel Peck did like 3 or 4 banks from the short rail into the side like that. It's like, who does that?
It is you can't play it at that speed, but it can be done.
Right.
I used to practice that bank into the side because it comes up in some safety plays where you can actually kind of play it 2-way,
Right.
but also call that side pocket. It's very useful. Yeah, Joel's actually floating around here. Oh yeah,
Sure
he's
is,
he's
yeah.
over on. Oh, he's over on the 9 foot. Go figure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're getting some interesting action happening over there.
Melina staying warm over there on the other 9 foot.
Play this pocket speed. Just tap it up there, and you got shape on the 9. See what she's gonna do here. Okay, she's a little firmer. You made it
Oh
though.
yeah, good speed. If she hit it any harder, she'd be in the drink.
Yeah.
Worked out. Still got to come with another shot though. This isn't what I would call shots that I'd love to be shooting right now.
Yeah. No. I mean, that outside cut up to that top rail. Oof.
Yeah, she's looking at the scratch line.
Yeah,
It looks
she sure
it
is.
looks a little
Like
it
a cue ball.
looks a little scratchy on the side. I think maybe it goes. Oof, I don't know. I think
Yeah, if it's a little close, well, then you just got to be real deliberate about are you going to try play it above it or below it?
well, the problem is she's really close to the rail, so it kind of hampers.
Oh, yeah,
All she,
definitely.
all she can do is roll it, and I think it is a little scratchy.
It's got some hampering going on for sure.
It might come just below the side pocket if she rolls it.
It doesn't scratch. I think it bounces out great. Wow, she overcut it and scratched. I think she was just a little wound up over it because it's a challenging shot, you know?
Well, it's cycling through your head, and
Right.
you can easily talk yourself into over airing to one side or the other because you're worried. You're like, well, if I hit it, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to hit it too thick. I'll hit it thinner.
Yeah, well, there's like an internal struggle happening between your like conscious mind and what your body knows how to do.
Yep.
Because your body is like, I know how to hit this, but your mind is like, it doesn't feel right, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, and then sometimes you try and just be like, okay, I've hit this shot 1,000 times. We'll just let, and your body is just failing you over and over. And you're like, okay, now I got to start thinking about everything.
Yeah.
And it's hard to know when those things start to hit an equilibrium where, you know,
Oh, absolutely.
your
Yeah.
body's starting to do the right thing. So you don't need to think about it so hard.
Yeah, the only solution is to play more.
Yeah.
Compete more, you know, especially because you can hit all the balls you want and feel like a wizard, but you know, when you do it when your nerves or when your body's got adrenaline flowing through it and all that,
Yeah.
that's what you got to practice.
Yeah, it is a delicate balance between, the mind and the body.
It's also incredibly not boring. That's why I think we're all in love with it.
Yeah.
It's like the least boring thing ever.
All right. Well, if you're interested in the bracket, if you want to follow along, you can scan that QR code, or you can just go digital pool and type in NWPA 2025 tour stop number 2 into the tournament search.
I
Should
got a
bring it up.
question.
Yo.
So if you're watching this on your phone and you put that QR code on the screen, how do you translate that into going where it needs to go?
If you're watching on your phone,
Like,
no,
what do you do? Take a picture in a mirror of your screen?
I mean you could.
But
I
then you
mean,
go to like the opposite of the site because the QR
well,
code's backwards.
I know on my Android phone, like I can bring up Google Lens on anything that's open.
Oh, okay.
So
That is a
even
cool solution.
yeah, I'm not familiar with the iPhone. I assume the iPhone you can probably grab things.
Yeah. You could do. I guess you do a screenshot.
I mean, yeah, like the
Okay.
difficult way is like, yeah, you could take a screenshot and then go into your photos and open up Google Lens on the camera app. But
Right.
they're actually, I accidentally get into it sometimes where you can actually like
Oh, that's kind of cool.
just lay Google Lens over a app while it's open and it will pick stuff out.
Cool. All right.
But
I'm
hence
glad there's a solution to that.
but hence the other reason why is like, if you don't know how to do that, you can just go to digitalpool.com and type it in. I also put a link in the all day stream at the very beginning of the chat. You want to scroll back to that?
Yeah, well, Laser Eyes just made a great shot and unfortunately scratched.
Yeah, I saw that sneak into
Yeah,
the side
but
pocket
it
there.
was kind of like she's trying to come like more at the 8 or maybe at the 2, something like that. But those side pockets, especially from that angle, can be huge and hungry.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we got us a match.
we sure do.
Laura was up what, three zip, and then
3-0,
we're
and
all
then-
at 3-all now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a kind of a thin one on the 3 here. Not terrible, but on the bright side, the cue ball will be tracking towards the bottom of the table where the 4 ball is, down there by that lower left.
Oh, chalk box in the chat. Hey, guys.
Oh, Patrick Nix.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's see what side of this cluster she decides to try and get the cue ball to go.
Let's see if it comes right between the 5 and the 7, maybe. It looks like she's got a touch of outside, maybe.
Oh, you called it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right between the 5-7. She's got to make that shot. That was real good. Look at that. It just thread the needle. Okay, I think she can see an edge of it, or at the very least,
I think she's
kick
got
behind
I
it.
think she's got enough to make it, actually. If she wants to play to make it, she could just extra thin it and just bring the cue ball back down,
As
between
long as it
the
doesn't hit the 6, I think you're going to get down table.
yeah.
Okay, let's see Laser Eyes. What you got? Look at Laser Eyes. She hit the 6, though.
Yeah, you called it.
Yeah.
That was the one problem with playing to make it, is that 6 was very big. No,
Okay. Well, that rail's wide open to just pick your point and kick at it.
yeah.
You might try and kick at it a little slow. Reason being is what's the cue ball going to do if you do make it? You want to still be able to shoot at the 5. May not have a shot. You're not hooked behind the 9 and 7, which could happen if you go too fast. Just a hair wide, rearrange some furniture.
Laura gonna get ball in
Didn't
hand
make it
here.
any real easier to get, a good shot on that 5. So going from the 4-5, what are you going to do here? She's going to try and draw it back a bit, get to the right hand side of the table to shoot the 5 in the side pocket where her hand is right now.
I mean, I think she's looking at the center of the table, shooting the 5 on the lower right. There's a
Okay.
couple of ways. You can go into the foot rail and slide straight up,
Yeah.
or you could go put your cue ball on the bottom rail and try and go.
Well, I guess if
Into
you're
that.
really, focused on playing like center to high ball,
Oh, she
that's
opted.
the most predictable way to
Yeah,
get.
she decided to slide up with going 2 rails there, going forward. So that's still a little touchy because of where the 6 is.
Certainly, yeah.
You
I
got
think
small window, and you can't really the 9.
she might hit the rail and then hit the 9, and it might hold the cue ball there.
You could try and go between the 9 and the 8.
Oh, she missed the 9.
So my
She can't
curiosity
see
here
it,
was
but-
whether you could stay in a line where you can put that in the side. It looks.
I don't think so. I don't think she's got a full ball.
You think she can throw it in there?
I think the 10 is a nuisance at the
It
moment.
does look really big, doesn't it? See, that was my one thought about like trying to go between in between the 8 and the 9. So at
Mhm.
least you kind of get closer to the 6. So one thing with that straight across line was that 10 ball. Okay, so she trying to. Didn't see her call a
Just gonna play
pocket.
it
So
safe.
try and tuck it.
Yeah, just trying to get the. Oh, she did a pretty good job of. Yeah, didn't manage the 6 ball too much. There's another one of those shots hit real low and real soft. And then you're not adding too much speed to the 6 ball, but you're still controlling the cue ball. I guess if Laura wants any sort of consolation with the outcome of that, the tricky thing is going to be the 8 ball.
I mean, the 8 plays on the side. If you can get to kind of the left side of the table for this 7 ball in the lower right,
Yeah,
you should be able to get on the 8 pretty easy. But the big thing is, don't spin the ball into the side pocket over there.
true.
Oh, is she playing top? Maybe, can't tell if she's putting outside on or not. Oh, she's gonna run
Nice.
past it,
Yeah.
and the 8's gonna be in the way of the side pocket.
Well, no doubt she's considering the bank, but very small area of rail available to hit.
I
If she
mean,
misses the 9, it might be there.
I mean, yeah, I think it's dead if
Well,
you
it's just yeah, it's
between the diamond and the 9. I think
it's unnerving.
I think
Is what it is.
Yes. Anytime you're playing close
Yeah.
to a ball, like
Yeah.
it's easy to trick yourself into hitting the ball.
Right. But if those balls weren't there, she'd bank it all day long.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think it's there.
to me, it looks like literally between the 9 and the diamond, and
Yeah.
that goes right. Just natural.
She might duck. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really blame her. And
No, not at all.
what she's done here is pretty good because it still gives her a real hard time trying to get back for this 8 ball. So yeah,
it's
make it all you want, but
what's that? Extending the game.
yeah. Said no, I'm getting back to the table.
That's the question. You have to start it. Sorry about that. The other table was asking if the Evo camera was streaming their table, and they did not catch that. That was up to them, and they needed to start that stream during the player meeting.
So she's made that 7.
Now, is she
Gotta
gonna
deal with
is she gonna fire at this bank, or is she gonna lay up? 'Cause it looks like,
She's looking at it.
I mean,
She's definitely considering the bank.
the problem is, I mean, wow, is that kind of dead? It looks kind of dead to me. Like you could like fire at it and stop it.
Let's see what she does. Right. Well,
Yeah, she shortened it. I don't think she needed to do that. I think yeah, I think full in the face, maybe it went, but that is, I mean, it's kind of worked out in a containment sense, not a full hook or anything, but
right. Yeah, let's see. Does she go for the bank or do you kind of roll the 8 up against the bottom edge of the 9?
well, the bank doesn't necessarily get you anything on the 9 unless you
Do that.
okay, so
Ooh.
I was kind of surprised that she would play
Oh.
with that much speed. I thought maybe she would kind of two-way it, but I am corrected. Had she made that, she would have been great
Well,
on the
once
9 ball.
again, we have the situation where that 8 ball is just in the deep edge of the deep recesses in the pocket. So let's see how she manages to do this because it looks like she's trying to hold it close to the rail.
Oh, I don't, anytime there's a small, like, I'd rather, like, try and get out here to the left side. But,
Yeah,
I
gotta
mean,
be pretty specific with this if she's trying to come down this right-hand rail.
I worry about rolling up on the 10.
Yeah. Oof, it's close.
I don't know if she has enough. She might have to go rail first. Yeah, she's looking at she's measuring it out. She's measuring from the center of the ball, though. You gotta measure from the face. Based on where she measured it, I think she's going to hit.
Outside edge of that 9.
No, I feel like she's going to hit the edge towards the rail and send it towards the bottom rail.
Oh, yeah, trying to miss the
Ish.
side pocket.
Yeah, but she measured a little too. Although I feel like she's changing her aim now that she's back there after she measured it. So
Yeah, if she hits for the side, I think she catches the outside edge.
oh, she caught the point.
Bummer. Razor Eyes have a great opportunity here to take the lead after being down 3-0. Okay, let's see if that's. She's gonna just try and stun over a little bit. All right, will do.
Solid. Perfect.
Nice shot.
All right.
Yep. Takes the lead.
All right. Well, it
4 games on the trot.
looks like Laura is going to the bathroom. So we are in a
I'm gonna need to do that myself.
holding pattern. So we're gonna wait for the players to come back. I'm gonna mute up for a second. Stay tuned, and we will have the finish to this match here in a minute. All right, Laura is back. Leah to break off here in this race to 5 B-side match. Five track into the side. Well, unfortunately, that one in a goofy little spot behind the 8 there. She can't see the edge of it. I think all she can try and do is lay up here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean,
Not-
ideally, should get that one stuck to that bottom edge of the 8.
Yeah.
Cue ball over by the 6, perhaps. Or yeah, just thin it.
Yeah, very limited on what her options are here.
I mean, she does have a 1 rail kick to try and make it, but the cue ball might get behind the 8. You might hook yourself on the 2.
She called the 9 ball.
I think she did. I mean,
Z, is she gonna try and Z into the 9? Oh,
okay, well, she tried something. I mean, tricky thing to do anything with, but
I thought
don't think
maybe
this is too terrible.
I thought maybe she was gonna thin it and try and Z into it, but it looks like she just tried to go spin this wide out of this bottom long rail. Either way, inventive. She's got a shot in the side. Cue ball's tracking away from the 2 though, so she's kind of got to go to the top rail and try and keep a line back down the center of the table.
Yeah,
I don't think the 2 passes the 7. It does not.
line could prevent her from scratching, but it could also help like that. Well, she just found that really, really difficult line to follow to scratch. Like it was not easy to scratch.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you've got a bit of that side pocket just because that ball's kind of in the center of the table, not fully in the center of the table, so it's easy to overcut it.
Yeah,
And that just created a real thinner line.
I think she kind of likes these little stun draw shots for position. She plays a lot. Good to be comfortable at the bottom of the ball. Pretty good job here. I think she'll have a fair chance of getting center table for a good shot on this 4. That's where she's just pointed where she wants to go.
Those shots are kind of nice because you can kind of hit the ball,
Yeah,
but have the safety of the cue ball's not going to move super far.
She beat the scratch and she got real good shape.
I feel like she
didn't make the ball, but
I feel like she rushed that 3 ball a little bit.
but you saw it. Yeah, she got real close to where she was pointing with her cue. She kind of set her conscious mind up to good cue ball control, but what could have happened, she would have been concerned about the scratch, put a little bit more spin on it than she wanted to, and messed up the aim. Okay, so she's going to try and 1 rail kick into this bottom edge of the 3. So she called it on that top left corner. It's a little scratchy though.
Yeah, you gotta be worried about the scratch in the lower left.
She's hit it too full.
Which worked
Got
out
away with it.
Worked out lovely as a secondary result though.
What can happen here?
I like kicking at this and calling the 10 ball.
Yeah.
She tried to play it though.
Well, she's created a new problem with the 10 ball, the 7.
And the 8.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see some pool action regarding that. But she's going to deal with this 6 balls blocking that pocket for the 3 ball. She's sizing up the combo. Sure. I mean, really, why not try it? Things are down there all tied up.
Well, doesn't go.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure at first, but from this,
pretty straight on it though.
yeah.
So got to move that cue ball, get good shape on that 4.
Yeah, you could always just make it and take your medicine.
Yeah. Yeah, she's probably hesitating a little bit because she knows, yeah, my best chance of getting on the right line of that 6 is just to kind of stop it near the 3.
It'd be
But
nice.
she's not stoked about the distance she would then have to shoot.
It's hard to tell. Can she? Is that 6 out of the way enough that she could cheat the 3 a little bit to the left and go forward around the 6 ball?
I don't know, but
That
it's
looks,
still going to be a little bit tougher to get close to the 4.
yeah. It's like maybe she's gonna try and draw back to the side and back out to the center.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I know she's not too uncomfortable at the bottom of the ball. She uses it a
Well,
lot.
she can open up the 7. You want to stay on the top side on the right side of the 10 though.
Yeah.
You don't want to go full into it.
She might be able to go forward with outside spin and go 2 rails into the top edge of the 7. That might preserve her ability to shoot the 6.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about
Going into it is
I don't like going underneath it.
it's a little. There we go.
That worked
That
out.
worked out. But she still didn't move the 10 and the 8. They're kind of still tied up.
Yeah.
Moves the 8 past the 10.
The 8 does not pass the 10.
Well, give her a lot of credit for going after it like that.
Yeah.
Gutsy move. I like it. Oh, that's
She's gonna move
unfortunate.
the 8 here though.
Ooh.
8 passes the 10 now.
Yes, it sure does. I mean, I'm not super hating this. I think, yeah, she's got a shot at the 6-9 combination.
Well, Laura needs to make something happen here because
She's got some opportunities.
yeah, Leia's on the hill, so she wants to get as much out of this turn at the table as she can.
She cuts this in and manages not to scratch in the lower left. Got cube. The 6 isn't going to travel too far. Oh, and she managed not to scratch, but the 6 ball didn't travel far enough and short up and stuck on the short rail.
Oof. Yeah, she kind of let off the cut shot. I think if she'd played it with a little bit more power, it wouldn't have tracked so much towards that pocket and probably stayed on.
If it hit the short rail first and then the 9, it would have ended up on the long rail and she'd have a shot right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like,
I still think, yeah, I think she got the speed a little bit wrong. I think she let up on the shot because that was one of those ones where you can overhit and you're probably going to be, it's probably in your best interest to overhit the shot.
You overhit it, the 6 comes down the long rail a bit, but you're still in line for it. So she's got to contend with this. Let's see what she does.
She's going to try and spin into the rail and into it.
No, that was a real good hit. Just, kind of a containing situation. And she got it stuck to the 7. That's going to give Laser Eyes a real tough problem here.
Yeah, that makes it like, not just containment. It makes it a little nasty because now she's like tree-topped on that ball a little bit.
Yeah. She might just delicately push that 6 into the rail and say, you deal with it. Oh, I think she kind of maybe a slight miscue being jacked up over the 7 there.
Oh. She's gonna want to pull this ball back a little bit. Not a whole lot of angle, fairly straight.
Gosh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's had a couple of those thinner cuts where she's hit them too thin.
Right.
So she,
Yeah. So she's got to pull it back. I mean, she's got to go back and forth when she shoots 7.
either way, but yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely wants to have a little bit more angle to make that ball easier to pocket. Oh, I've been there. How many draw shots have you stopped dead before?
Geez, yeah.
2?
Yeah, especially when you're kind of playing under the nerves and you need
Yeah.
it to come back like a foot, but you're afraid to overdraw it.
Yeah.
So you try to draw it not too much.
Just
and
try
then
it.
You don't draw it at
Just
all.
just try and touch. Just be touchy, you know.
Absolutely.
Like draw it back an inch or two. Yeah.
Oh, nice bank shot.
Nice. Nice. Good recovery.
Yep.
On the rail though, shooting another. I mean, at that angle, you kind of shooting at the top no matter what, anyways. But
Yep. Just tap it in. Need to make the 8. Don't have to move your cue ball too much. Just enough to make the 8.
yeah, definitely one of those shots where probably gonna be okay if you just make it.
Yeah, too hard and it arcs forward.
Oh, look at it. Look how
Look
good she
at
hit it.
that. Laura Smith is not going down without winning another game.
Man,
Thought I would,
I love it. What a way to get out here. Like under pressure,
for
like
sure.
any sort of sellout, and you're probably done.
Yeah, Leah Laser Eyes. She was about to win 5 games in a row to close out. Nope.
All right, we got
match.
us a match. Down to the wire. These are our favorite.
Pressure is on. It's Laura's break.
All right, looks like Leah's gonna take her break.
So wisely go freshen up a little bit before this all important final game to decide who's going to stay and play more and who's going to be done. Do you know where either one of these players are from?
I don't.
Let's see if we can't figure it out.
I mean, I imagine
On the case.
somebody in the chat's probably gonna tell us pretty quickly where Leah's from.
My guess is like Innawick or somewhere out there in the Tri-Cities, maybe. Oh, I went up to a 619. That's cool. Let's see. Hurst.
Tumwater. Okay, so
Where's Tumwater?
Olympia.
Oh, okay. Laura Smith, not at all very common name. Springfield, Oregon,
Okay.
most likely.
Yeah. Hill and Hill Productions. Yep, that's our that's how we like it. First match of the day went Hill. Granted, that was a no commentary match, but looked like a good one nonetheless.
Leah Laser Eyes is a 488 compared to Laura, who is a 395. So solid 80 points difference between them. Yes, it's fucked up. I'm sorry.
All right, Leia's back.
Ready to go. Laura's
all right,
breaking.
so Laura won the lag, so she gets the advantage here on the final break of the final rack of this match.
Breaking from the center of the table. See how which side the cue ball is going to go to of either side. Oh, pretty square hit.
Yeah, I've been noticing that both players have been hitting it pretty square, and the ball behind the head ball on the left side has been going fairly regularly inside. Well,
Yeah, it's like they understand. Like you don't need to hit it that hard
no.
to get a real successful outcome in bar table 10 ball. You have to like crush it and pop your ball up in the air and all that.
I mean, look how well these balls are spread. And she didn't,
Yeah.
not a whole lot, didn't
I
like
mean, if
go
there's
swinging at it, you know.
yeah, if there's any critique, really, it'd be like, well, it's a good thing that's the 6 ball and the 7 ball rather than the 7 ball be lower than the 6
Yeah,
ball,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? So if those were back, you know, we'd be like, oh, that wouldn't be good. But yeah, excellent break. Didn't have to crush it, just hit it real square.
Needs to avoid this side pocket. I think she's gonna, well, I'm worried she's gonna end up below the 3.
Oh, she is below the 3. You called it. She's left a real good shot for laser eyes here.
Yeah, she didn't want to. I think she was worried about the side pocket, so she decided to try and roll the ball in, which that line.
I
But
think that 3 ball passes this, what is that, the 8? Because if it does.
it does not.
Okay. Yeah, then she's, I would say in that case, maybe roll forward on this to give yourself some angle on this 8.
Gosh, sorry.
Because then you could come, you know, better chance of coming back to the left side of the table to get under the 3.
Right.
Yep, she's done a good job. We know she's comfortable at draw, so I think, yeah, she could possibly hit this with some low outside. Get over there towards the 3 and 8. Don't scratch. Even if you hit to the right side of that top side pocket, she'll bounce out for a shot on the 6 or the 3 in that pocket. So a lot of good things can happen here. Yep, and there it is. She
What-
missed the side pocket.
What a
Good
great
hit.
shot.
Yeah.
Z'd that like
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, that was probably the smarter shot than to try and go above it by going to the left side of the side pocket. So great job, laser eyes. Okay, just pop out enough.
Yeah, needs to make sure she's not behind the 10.
She did a good job with that.
Managed it well. I think she's got the right angle where like she should be able to just go down to this foot rail and just come back up.
Well, we're gonna find out. Yep.
Doesn't want to go
Oh.
too much.
Oof, oof, oof,
Ooh, I
oof.
think she's just in the window. A little risque.
She might even have to twist it a bit. But no matter what, she's very fortunate. Even if she does, the cue ball will be in a good spot.
Yeah, I don't think
Shoot
she
the
needs to spin
7.
it at all. Yeah.
Oof,
she's
she did
good.
great there, didn't she? Just gotta make the 7 and roll forward a hair just to make it easier to make the 8. Yeah. You make it easy to make the 8 here. You make it easy to make the 9.
All right, still got some angle. This is good.
Uh-huh. Oh, oh, I like this. She can kind of come back over to where she is now. Just kind of be wary of the scratch. It looks like she's digging into it a little bit, so I think she'll do a pretty good job not to scratch.
Yeah, she can come.
She
Yeah.
did perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, she's
Yeah, she
excited about it. You
does.
see that cue,
Yeah.
the cue jab, that cue shake?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. She's stoked. Now, look Yeah.
Ooh, it looked like she almost caught the
wow.
pad on the way in,
Good
but
shooting,
what
Leah.
a good
Laser
match.
eyes.
What a good match.
Yep, all of her supporters back in Tumwater. Probably very proud of how well she played. She came back from a deficit of 3-0.
Well, that was a great match.
That was
Both players
way to go.
played stellar.
Yep.
So we're gonna have a
Little
break for a second here while we wait for our next table assignment. All right, stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back in a second.
All right.